Hello students, in this lesson we will be learning about some of the important features of Java. So these features of Java is also called as a Java buzzwords. So let's see the features of Java. Java is simple, Java is object oriented, Java is portable language, Java is a platform independent language, Java is a more secure language. So Java is a robust, Java is a interpreted language. So Java is a both compiled as well as interpreted language. So Java uses multi-threading in their programming, and Java is a distributed. Using Java, we can develop a distributed application. So these are the features of Java. So let's see. We will see one by one. So first feature of Java is a simple programming language. So we can call simple because Java is based on the programming language like C, C++. Okay, so it is the syntax of Java is similar to the previous programming like C and C++. So that's why we can say that Java is a simple programming languages. So we can see that in programming language like C, they're using the concept like pointers. So pointers is a complex concept or complex point. So that complex thing is removed in Java programming. So Java does not support the pointer concept. And one more important thing in C, you'll be having a manual garbage collection. If any of the variables or any of the methods are not using, so that memory will be deallocated by manually. So but in Java we'll be having an automatic garbage collection. That automatic garbage collection is nothing but, so the memory will be deallocated if objects are no more usable. If you are not using any of the object, the memory for them will be deallocated automatically. Okay, so these are the things we can say that Java is a simple programming language. So simple because it uses the syntax of language like C, C++. So complex concepts like pointers are removed in the Java, and Java supports automatic garbage collection. So these are the things say that Java is a simple programming language. So we'll see the next feature. So Java is a object oriented programming language. So in Java, so we will say that Java is based on the language like C and C++. So C++ programming language is a object-oriented programming language. So that Java is based on the C++, we can say that Java is also an object-oriented programming language. So in Java, we consider everything as an object. So whatever the things that are present inside the program, it will be considered as the object only. Okay. So next we will see the some of the basics object oriented programming concept. So those are object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. Okay, so everything will be treated as the object. So object in Java is created using the class. So using this class we will be creating the object. So class is a blueprint which will consist of variables and method. Okay, next concept is inheritance. So inheritance is nothing but acquiring the properties of the parent class, that is inheritance. So in upcoming classes we'll be saying what is inheritance, what are the different types of inheritance. So next concept is polymorphism. So polymorphism is nothing but same functionality can be used in different ways. So that is polymorphism. Poly means many, morphism means behavior, many behavior. So how we can use the same function for treating in different functions. Next, abstraction. So abstraction is nothing but so how we can hide the implementation from the user, hiding the implementation, that is abstraction. So next, encapsulation. So encapsulation is nothing but how we can wrap both variables and method inside the class, that is encapsulation. So these are the important concepts of OOF. So in upcoming classes we will be seeing in depth each concept. Okay, we'll be learning the each concept with an example. So we'll see the next object-oriented concept, that is platform independent. So we can say that the Java is a platform independent, whereas you can consider C is a platform dependent. Suppose that if you develop the application on a Windows, that program will run on Windows operating system only. But with respect to the Java can be run on any operating system. Suppose that if you develop the if you develop the code or program on one operating system like Mac, that same program can be run on Windows or Linux. You can run the that code on other operating system also. So that's why the Java programming is called as the platform independent. So first you will compile the Java code. So once you compile the Java code, you will get the .class file. Okay, or you can say that you'll get the bytecode. So this bytecode itself is a platform independent. You can take that bytecode, you can run on the other operating systems. So we can say that Java is a platform independent. So next feature, Java is a robust programming language. So Java is robust because it has a strong memory management. Because it is strong because it has automatic memory management. So garbage will be automatically collected so that we can use the memory efficiently. So next point, you can say that Java does not use the pointer concept, so that we can achieve, can avoid the security problem. So these are the important things. We can say that Java is a robust programming language. So next feature of Java is secure. Java is a secure programming language. So using Java, we can develop a virus-free application. So okay, we can develop virus-free application. So Java will not uses any pointer concept. So Java will run inside the virtual machine sandbox. So you can take an example. So whenever you create any Java program, the Java program initially it will compile. The Java compiler will itself check for any virus, if the viruses are present or not. So we can that suppose that if you develop an application in other system, so you take that program into your system. Okay. So once you compile that code, so initially Java compiler will check for virus. If the virus is present, the code will not execute. Okay, so we can say that Java is a secure programming language. So we'll see the next feature. So Java is a distributed so Java is distributed. So using Java programming, we can develop a distributed application. So distributed application, nothing but like RMI, remote method invocation, or you can consider the EJB, Enterprise Java Beans. Okay, so consider this image. So in this image, you'll be having a centralized system. The centralized system is connected to different system. So in each, the application will be divided into different modules. So that each module will be developed by the different developer. Suppose that developer A is developing module 1 and developer 2 is developing module 2. So the developer 2 can invoke the method from the developer 1. So that we can say that this is the remote method invocation. So using Java programming, we can develop a distributed application. That is one of the feature of Java. And next feature of the Java uses multi-threading. So first thread is nothing but it's the just part of a program. You can get the smallest unit of the program. So whenever you are working on the threads, you need to allocate memory for the threads. So in multi-threading, the memory will be shared by the multiple threads. So it does not require that for every thread you need to allocate separate memory. So once you have some memory, that memory will be shared by the multiple thread. So you can say that the thread shares the common memory area. So as with respect to the program, for program you need to allocate a separate memory. So in upcoming classes we'll be learning about what is thread, how we can create thread, what is the life cycle of the thread. Okay, for time being, thread is the smallest unit of program. You just consider that, and the thread shares the common memory. So that is about the thread. And next is Java is a portable programming language. Java is portable because once you run the Java program, you will get a bytecode, or you can say that dot class file. So that bytecode can be executed in any other system. You can take that and you can execute that bytecode in other system. So that's the reason you can say that Java is a portable language. And last and important features of Java is both compiled as well as interpreted programming language. Okay, the JDK will consist of two things, that is Java compiler and Java virtual machine. So first Java compiler will take the program and it will compile the program. So once the Java compiler compile the program, you will get the Java bytecode, that is nothing but Java class file. Next, it is a task of Java virtual machine. The Java virtual machine will take the bytecode and it will execute the program. So this execution is nothing but, so Java virtual machine will interpret that code. It will interpret the code and it will provide the output on the screen. So this is the reason we can say that Java is both compiled as well as interpreted programming language. So compiled because, so Java compiler will compile the Java program and it will produce the bytecode. Next, Java virtual machine will take that bytecode and it will interpret the code. It will interpret the code and it will produce the output on the screen. So this is the reason we can say that Java is interpreted programming language. Okay, so these are the important features of Java. So once again we will just go through the features. So Java is simple because it uses the syntax of C++, as well as it avoids pointers. It uses automatic garbage collection. That is the reason Java is simple. So Java uses object-oriented concept like object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. So these are the concept of Java. So Java is portable because you can take the Java bytecode and that bytecode can be executed on any other machine. So Java is platform independent. Java is platform independent because, so Java is write once, run anywhere. So you can run on any operating system. So Java is secured because the Java compiler initially check for the any viruses present or not. So Java is robust because it will not uses the concept like pointers and garbage collection. So Java is interpreted because the Java virtual machine will take the bytecode and it will interpret the code. So Java is multi-threaded because it uses the concept of thread. So thread is the smallest unit of program. So thread says the common memory. So Java, using Java, we can develop a distributed application. So these are the features of Java. So thank you, students.